You know what's wrong with religion these days? So boring. Well, it is. Basically, there's just one guy who rules over everything, and he sometimes gets a bit arsey when one dude snogs another dude. Like an all-powerful deity wouldn't have better things to worry about. Back in the days of old, however, guys were shacking up all over the place. The world was basically one giant orgy, and the gods, they were the orgy coordinators. Fuck it. Seriously, back in mythological times, things were crazy. No burning bushes or parting of seas, more like goddesses born from a god king's head, or deities specifically devoted to wine and partying. Think about that nowadays, a god for takeaway pizzas. Could call him Dominos. Smite decides to bring us back to those kooky, crazy times by bringing all the old pantheons into one game in what is the most blatant disregard of canon ever since my Mass Effect fanfic. Egyptian, Norse, Hindu, Mayan, Roman and Greek gods are given the chance to clash in a MOBA style game with one interesting and, for me, important twist. It's in third person. Now let me make this clear, I've never been interested in MOBAs. Log of Legends doesn't appeal to me because, well, if I wanted to play a top-down game, I'd go the strategy route and play Age of Empires or Command & Conquer. For a game mode as intense as a MOBA, it feels very disjointed to be sat up in the clouds clicking on dudes and hoping it outclicks them all. Smite places the camera right behind your chosen god, putting you directly into the action. Its setup follows a MOBA formula. You have a passive ability, 3 regular abilities, and an ultimate. The idea is that you have a certain objective, usually to push lanes of minions, destroy your opponent's towers and phoenixes until you reach their titan, at which point you slay and win it. Gods are split not only into pantheons, but class types, which section off into different damage types. You have your magic damage dealing mages, your magic tank guardians, your physical high damage assassins, fuck you Loki, physical attack damage carry hunters, and physical bruiser the warriors. Different team compositions and cooperation are the key to winning matches. As you can see, it's all very involved. Best thing about it, Smite is free. Gods are placed on free rotation unless you purchase individual gods with favour you earn from matches, or you purchase gems with real money for the ultimate god pack. Gems and favour are also used on different skins and voice packs, but these are completely optional and basically cosmetic. So you don't need to spend money to enjoy the game, and from what I've seen, matchmaking is surprisingly fair, allowing anyone to pick up and play. In terms of cons, Smite doesn't really have any. It's a MOBA. If you're not a fan of MOBAs, you probably won't be a fan of this one. It's the regular formula, but it's definitely a good way to get into it. It still has that complexity, but it's still sort of entry level. It's a way to introduce you to the genre. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's wonderfully addicting and a lot of fun with mates. Personally, I find some of the gods to be a bit unfair. I'm not going to outline any of them. Smite is an engaging, fun, mythology-based MOBA that might entice those who aren't interested in LoL or Dota. It's fast-paced, well-made, and brilliantly supported by the developers. I've sunk a lot of my time into the game, and I'm sure you will too if you give it a try. You will like this game if you like MOBAs, third-person shooters, and religion before it's mostly monotheistic. Smite receives an indie bin recommendation.